YouTube, hello, it is I, your cold leader, your cold father, your cold daddy Keronzi back once again. It's a weird one because it's an off day, but we're back. Going back into the land of Eorzea. It's an illegal Wednesday stream. It is Wednesday, right?
I think it's my fault we're doing this illegal stream.
Hey, well, I mean, last week it was my fault. We were doing Monster Hunter, but this week we're doing some Final Fantasy. So, if you're here, thank you very much. If you're new or a returning viewer, you are awesome.
If you're not here, how are you hearing this?
Yeah, that is very true. How are you? Well, it could just be that this video has been randomly pushed in YouTube's algorithms, and I'm terribly sorry that you are now having to listen to my voice.
I'm so sorry. You're going to have to hear my shenanigans of being the guy responsible for us wiping.
It could be any of us. It's fine.
Could be a boat.
It could be a boat. As you can hear, we are joined by the fantastic Mr. Mocs today.
It's almost like the fantastic Mr. Fox right there.
Now we just need fan art of you as the fantastic Mr. Fox.
Turn me into George Clooney.
Hey, if you're new here or returning viewer, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow. Likes and comments go a very long way with the dreaded algorithm. In those comments down below, so we'll respond to you in kind. That being said, this is a first-time playthrough, so if you want to talk about the plot points that we may or may not have encountered in the story, please do just mark your comment at the start with a spoiler so that I can use my discretion to read through it at my own leisure. You will still get a comment nonetheless. There's the lore objects merch store as well as my throne list, so there are links down below for that if you are interested in guessing fits and playing some games. Well, I've got a code for the Quell system and the Shardful game down below too, so if you want to use that link that is there, you'll get $40 off of your purchase or equivalent to your currency. Just for some full transparency, I do get a kickback if you do use my code. Mr. Mocs, there is also Mr. Mocs's link down below as well, so if you want to see some quality variety streaming content.
They were struggling there because they couldn't quite figure out how to define it.
No, I'm like, he does what I do. Why can't I say it? What's wrong with me?
What does Mocs even do? That's a good question. What does Mocs even do?
What does the Mocs do?
You'll have to tune in to find out.
Exactly. His link will be down below, so go and give him a follow because he's fantastic and he deserves all of the love. I don't have the game open, but what I'll do is I'll just pause very quickly, YouTube, and we will catch you in about a second once we're in the game. See you in a second.
Right off the bat, huh?
I know. YouTube, we're back, and apparently I've already got a cheap viewers. No. Dude, none of my viewers are cheap.
You hear that? You're not a cheap viewer when you're here with Keronzi.
No.
You're high class, high standard. Make the streamer take you out to a nice fancy dinner. Leave the bill for them. However, they already left the bill for you. Laugh. 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 Oh, I did it. I killed the demon.
Oh, I need to go. Oakwood. Upper Los Nacia.
What, Nazi's what you do? Nazi's where you do that?
I'm at on my 3rd level, it's sending me all around. It doesn't just send me to the Shroud. I think the first 2 levels you're in the Shroud, but after that, they'll send you to other places.
Now, why would they do that? So I talked about it before, just to keep fill dead air. My mom plays video games, right? She's quite the avid gamer, right?
Yeah.
I haven't really brought this up, but she's not very game literate, if that makes sense.
Right.
Despite having played video games longer than I've been alive, she never really has the flow and feel for what's going on at a given time. Meaning, she very easily misses basic concepts and tutorial pieces because she's not paying attention.
Right, okay.
And also has the problem of getting lost very easily. When I say, like, no real retention on any of this, I mean, I have often gotten phone calls at work from my mom being like, help, I'm stuck in a game. What do I do? And it's like, I've never even played the game you're talking about. How am I supposed to help you? The answer is usually basic things like check your map, see where you haven't been, look at your quest log, or just little things, you know?
Yeah.
And she's currently in that state right now where I recommended her a game called Bug Snacks. And if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you don't, and that's fine. Basically you're trying to capture creatures that are bugs, but they're also made of food. Bug snacks. She's in the beginning where it's teaching her how to capture bugs, and she doesn't know how to capture bugs because she's not following the tutorial. And now she's frustrated because she can't continue playing the game because she's not doing what she's supposed to be doing. And it's like, I don't know how to explain it to you any better. Oh, I don't have tank stance up.
Well, that'd be... It's a little unhelpful. That actually reminds me of something I could do. Let's do that. Oh wow, okay. I didn't even realise these were level 30. Are they throwing fish at me?
They might be.
I think they are. How dare they? I'm getting slapped with a wet fish.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Apparently. I need to kill one more of these. This should be fine. Alright, don't think there's any more in Nausea. No. Alright. Go Western Fenland then.
So you're doing things with purpose. If you were doing things for just like leveling, I'd say we could do the duty finder. But you're actively doing so.
Yeah, I mean, once I'm done with this, we can do that, because that'd probably be the best way for me to level anyway. Where do I actually need to go while I'm here? The Footfalls.
Classic place. Like that hit song from Final Fantasy XIV, Footfalls.
Footloose?
Footfalls. The theme of Endwalker. And I do actually think it is named after that place because it's, you know, where everything kind of began.
Is it?
It is. It's where the Scion started. It's where, like, you really got roped into the main plot of the thing, where you stopped being an independent, you know, dude. Became the warrior of light.
Fair.
It's where all your friends lived.
Till they died.
Until they were unalive. We can't say the D word because of Disney.
This isn't a Disney game.
Huh?
What?
Not a Disney game for now.
Disney ruins everything.
Look, man, their hands are already in Final Fantasy. That's not a joke.
True.
Speaking of that, have you heard that the Disney mascots at Disneyland have been dressing up as their Kingdom Hearts counterparts?
Really?
Yep.
New Kingdom Hearts announcement coming soon then?
No, I don't imagine it's something like that, though Kingdom Hearts 4 is in development, as I understand.
Yeah.
With a very bored-looking Sora.
Well, wouldn't you be? He should have retired by now.
He did retire. He died.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he died. He's died a few times, though, sir, so it doesn't really matter.
Well... yeah...
It's okay, he got better. Just as he did the other times he died, too.
True. I was saying that I was kind of thinking on D&D and them ruining it again.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, that.
Like, it's not the first time they've done it.
No. It's not going to be the last time they do.
I mean, they've done it, what, 4th edition? Well, I think we did, oh god, we did kind of discuss it, but... the fact that my main gripe with it, I mean, they tried to do something interesting, but it just failed spectacularly.
I'm not going to get mad at D&D for trying something different with the 4th edition.
Oh, no.
Like, I actually look at 4th edition fondly, because I think it's bad for D&D, but as a game idea, it's not awful. It's very playable, and a lot of people actually enjoy it over other versions of D&D. And to them, I say, have fun, go nuts, enjoy it, slay.
Yeah.
What's that? 4th edition has cool ideas.
I think the ambitious thing that they had was... the whole the players dictate the story and the narrative of the realm.
The thing is, that's always been the case. They didn't need to make a fucking thing about it specifically. It's even been something that's technically was already in the DNA of D&D back in the day, because in 2nd edition, when you leveled up, you just got things. Like, you would suddenly have, like, retainers once you got to a certain level, and then you would have armies, and then you were just given a castle. And, like, you have these magical relics and stuff like that that were tailored to your character specifically, and things. And that was just part of the game. That's just what happened when you got stronger.
Yeah.
So that was always technically within the DNA. They removed it with 3rd edition, and they've removed it with 5th edition, making me think that they're gonna bring it back in the new thing, because
Possibly.
it's kind of a pattern.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh yeah, like, I think an example that was used was like, oh, you're running a campaign, you're evil bad man in a castle. Dependent on, you would upload the results of your campaign against them, and dependent on like what happened, the majority wins. So like, say if the heroes became the new leaders, the hero leaders, hero kings, that was the majority outcome. That's how the story would progress. I think I think one of the failings on the part, I mean, I understand their reasoning. They wanted the agency away from the select few writers they had that really drove the overarching narrative of the realm. They want to take it away from that and give it to the people, which I understand. But they went back to it, and I just felt bad for all the authors that they screwed over for a few years.
Yeah, unless you're fucking R.L. Salvador.
Well, I mean, he has like 2 other universes wholly of his own creation. He has probably one of the most popular, probably the most popular character from the realm as well.
The most popular character, 100%. Dritz Duorden is, if there was a face of D&D, it would be him.
In this age, yes. I will agree with you on that one. I could make an argument that if you go back a generation or 2, it would say 1st edition and 2nd edition, probably Elminster.
Yeah, you're probably right, but like, they're the equivalent of fucking smiling old man elf from this game, alright?
yeah. But I mean, also then, is it's just like Elminster is also the child of the creator of the Forgotten Realms.
And he's canonically been to Canada.
Has he?
Yeah, he actually broke free from D&D, went to our world, hung out in Canada with the Beholder. I don't remember what they did. It's been a long time since I thought about it. What he did.
I like that. Hey, it's better than what Disney done.
What happened when Disney hung out in Canada with the Beholder?
No, I just meant what Disney done with their writers for Star Wars.
Oh, you mean sent them to the mines?
Sent them to the castle mines, yeah, pretty much. Basically just like, oh yeah, everything that happened after the first 6 films doesn't exist.
Yeah, they killed their entire expanded universe. For no good reason. And then they're trying to use ideas from it.
Yep. And they're like, oh yeah, anything like prior to then we can kind of keep because we're not really going to touch that. So KOTOR, KOTOR 2, the Old Republic, and the books relating to those, they're all still canon. Everything else, nah, we're getting rid of that.
Dumb, it's frustrating, it's annoying.
What are we looking for, Ronzi? I think I've got everything in this area now. I need to go to Southern Thanalan, and then I'm back in the Shroud from those things. Yeah, Sebentendar. Broken Waters, Southern Thanalan. Broken Waters.
So because of our time in the Tower of the Dead, I actually put a potion on my hotbar.
Oh?
Yeah. We've been collecting so many potions from that place that I had a bunch of max potions. That I decided to be like, you know what? I'm just going to put them on there and use them as necessary. Because I don't know if you noticed this, but we actually brought those potions out of the dungeon.
Oh yeah, I have noticed that. I'm probably gonna... I'm gonna sell a load of them, or I'm gonna do it as well.
Because, like, we don't need the regular ones and the high potions and stuff like that, but the higher end style potion probably going to be for the best.
Mm.
Oh, dearie me, I've got 2 dragons kicking my ass.
Aha, broken
Yes,
Waters
I
is
have
the actual area.
3 dragons kicking my ass.
Thanks, girl. I wasn't sure which place to go to. I probably would have gone to Alamigo anyway.
Treat. Alright, that's a level 57 fate. Jesus.
I can't help you with that one. Alright, I'm looking for cactars.
Why are you looking for cactars?
I need to kill him.
Kill him.
Kill him.
Seems like you're gonna get yourself into a prickly situation.
Haha. I see your point. I literally flew over them.
Ah. At some point, I'm going to have to go back to working on being an alchemist.
Yeah.
I have the new quests available to me. I'm just doing things with these guys. And yeah, I'll go and do stuff with the other classes.
Yeah. I mean, you could do what I was planning on doing, I guess, which is just see what items you need for the quests and just make them all and then do them all at once.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea. It's time to retreat. I'm gonna die if I don't. Oh no, I might still die anyway.
I can't help you.
No, it's fine.
I think everything is now
more than I could.
Shroud. Yeah, everything's the Shroud, so where I'm gonna go is I'm gonna go to the Golden Saucer.
No, why would you go to that place?
It's a silly place.
It's a hive of scum and villainy.
No, that's Limsa.
Nah, it's totally. Have you ever heard of what a Mandeville man is?
I am a Mandeville man. What are you talking about?
Why are there a bunch of naked bunny people in Limsa?
Because it's Limsa? I mean, I'm not sure what you're after here.
I'm not after anything. I just showed up there after dying, and it's just like immediately I am surrounded by naked bunny people. Which unfortunately isn't the first time I've said that sentence.
And do you not want to be surrounded by naked bunny people?
I prefer not to. The last time I was, it was a cult.
Oh. Sounds like a cult I want to be part of.
No. No, I don't. You don't understand, Keronzi. But you have the means to. I gave you that game.
Oh, wait, what? Which game?
Fear and Hunger.
Oh.
Legitimately, there is a cult to a goddess of... How do I put this? It's not fertility or anything like that. It's technically like a goddess of love. Right?
Hmm.
And their deal is that they were very happy. Well, they're basically responsible for like humanity as we know it, and they deeply love their creation. However, the love of their creation is like an iron grip, and people began to venture away from them because of such things, and to try and be there for them. They made the expressions of physical affection intoxicating, and so the people who end up worshiping this deity quickly fall into a trance-like state where they perform dark and debauched rituals, and sometimes they snap out of it, and sometimes they do it until they die.
Huh.
And you yourself can participate in such rituals, and you yourself can also lose yourself to it from the flip of a coin. That being said, there are other crazy and terrible things to it. I'm gonna guess you don't know shit about it.
Nope.
Right, Ronzi?
I have not. Yeah, no, I don't know anything.
Okay, so I know you've heard of marriage, right?
Right.
Marriage is different in Fear and Hunger. Okay? It's a little bit more involved than just proposing to somebody and then putting a ring on it and, calling it a day from there. No, Now, I wanted to be clear before I express this, that this has to be done in a specific way for an actual marriage ritual. So doing it is very deliberate. You can't just accidentally become this. But because of this deity and their very strange approach to love and the expression thereof it, if you draw their holy symbol in a ritual circle, and then you and another willing creature express your love for each other through an act. You perform the ritual of marriage, and the two of you fucking fuse together in an unholy amalgamation. And if it's somewhat genuine, you somewhat resemble a person. You get the strengths and abilities of each other, with none of the real downsides, other than the fact that you are now a collection. That being said, it can go wrong. Oh, it can go wrong. And don't try marriage ritual with more than one person.
She doesn't like polyamory.
Oh no, she's more than happy to do it. It's just that the results are bad. You basically become a lump of flesh and hair
like
and bone.
The quad date or the Damien.
Yeah, like the Damien LaVey amalgamations, but worse and barely able to breathe.
Ooh.
It's bad.
Upper paws. And...
That being said, I chose my words specifically with that. I want that to be clear.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
I didn't say
I
person. I said creature. Take that how you will.
An amalgamation. A chimera. As it were.
There's a lot of interesting and terrible things with Fear and Hunger. It is equally fascinating as it is terrifying and depressing.
I can imagine.
Like, they have their own sort of astrological sign system, in the way that everybody who is born into the world during certain time periods are born with a specific kind of soul that sort of dictates the kind of person you're going to be and the kind of things you can do, right?
Okay, okay.
You can actively remove that soul from somebody and claim it for yourself and have abilities
I'm interested.
and things that you would never be able to otherwise because it's not part of your soul. However, it does require you to fucking rip their soul out of them, and that kills them. But if you've already done the part and they're just lying there with that soul trapped within them, they weren't using it anyway.
Gonna say, the price of doing business.
Mm-hmm. Morality doesn't matter in Fear and Hunger. Just it doesn't fucking matter. Be a good person and bad things will still happen. Be a bad person and bad things will still happen. There's no real advantage to doing either or. Just act. That being said, don't be a fucking monster. People still have their opinions on things like that. Fear and Hunger 2 in particular punishes you if on day one, first thing interaction, you decide to commit a murder. Just immediately, just go over there and kill somebody. Because you get fucking restrained, knocked out, and tied up, and you get to spend the rest of the game tied up until someone decides to free you, if they decide to free you.
It's like, oh, you were a murder hobo? Well, have consequences for your actions.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking wild. There's this entire faith system, because I mentioned the one god. There are a bunch of gods. There's the old gods and the new gods. You got the old gods, who are your classic Cthulhu-like creatures of things. They exist within major concepts deeply ingrained to people. Most people don't worship them anymore because of the new gods, but it's not like they're actually gone. The new gods, however, are the new hotness. Technically speaking, anybody can be a new god. You just kind of have to go through the process of becoming a new god, which involves finding the throne of ascension and then sitting on it, which is way more difficult than it sounds. And then you become a new god. You don't get to decide what you become when you become a new god, is the thing. You become a new god. You become a god of something that you represent. So whatever you embody is what you become a new god of.
Right.
Which can be something as simple as, well, I was a scholar in my life, and I really pursue the gainings and sharing of knowledge to a degree in which that I became a new god of knowledge and wisdom. Or, in one particular new god's case, I fucking hate everything and everyone and believe that the world is nothing but suffering. So I became the new god of pain. And that one in particular is awful, as they are a person turned inside out, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Penance from the Marvel comics.
I guess I got the same vibes. Funny enough, you can sorta, kinda kill the gods in Fear and Hunger. Like, you can absolutely go and fight some of the old gods. In fact, I think Gogaroth in particular is a hidden boss you can actually go and fight in the first game. That's not easy. It's not a good time. I do not recommend it. You can do it. It's totally winnable too, I guess. The gods that really die more often than not are the new gods, because they're still technically mortals. They're more like demigods than they are actual gods.
Yeah.
You can also become a new god, technically speaking. At least in the first game, not so much the second game. The second game has something different. Of course, when you become a new god, it's just game ends.
I've done the Hunter's Log.
Sick. Alright.
As much as I can, anyway.
Do you want to work on your quest stuff then, or do you want to level?
I'd rather get the last 2 levels and then do all of it at once.
Sick. Let's go do duty find.
You ready to go?
Oh yeah.
We're going to be doing low-level stuff, probably.
So, it's experience. Besides, I'm still not 100% confident in my ability to tank things, so...
Yeah.
Also, we're going to have 2 DPSs that are going to be, X-Factors. And something tells me they're not going to be liking my slow, methodical approach to things. Oh, never mind, it doesn't fucking matter.
As Ifrit.
Alright, I'm game. Kicking the shit out of it. I mean, it is Ifrit, though. It's not like he's one of the easiest things to fight or anything.
No.
Is no one going after that nail? Only
No,
one
we
of
are.
them
We are.
going
No,
after
we
that
are.
nail.
We are.
Okay. All right, here comes the pain. I don't even think we're gonna get a limit break. Cool. I leveled up from that, funny.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I got a bunch of storm seals for it too. Cool.
Level 29.
I need to think about spending some of my storm seals. I have 44k of them.
Don't know how many I have.
Check your currency.
I have 31.
31 total or 31,000?
31,000.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
Oop. Alright. Go for another one?
Sure. I'll spend.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a healer tank combo. We're in high demand.
Hey!
It's probably like one of the few things that I can do.
With your level, yeah.
You got a red mage.
Cool. I'm gonna be a red mage here in a bit.
I got the red mage unlocked. I will play it.
I'm gonna, like you, I'm gonna be doing all of the classes, but I'm gonna be doing them at my own pace. Oh, right! I forgot. Tank stance. Oops. I hate having to re-up that every fucking time. I understand Shin's frustration. I get 2 buttons to press.
I'm amazed I have 4. Uh-oh.
I don't even care.
I wasn't sure if I died. Sure, I'll give it to the red mage.
I gave it to the Viper. I got... they gave me accommodations, it seems.
Well, did both of them give you accommodations? Even though you weren't using tank stance!
Damn straight, they know what's up.
God damn it. How many have you got in total, anyway?
Let's see here. It's a reputation, right? I've got 27.
Yeah. That's not bad. Oh, 38.
You've probably also been running more dungeons than I have.
Not that many more. But I don't run them solo.
I run them solo.
But I mean, I don't roulette solo.
Oh no, I'm saying I straight up play dungeons on my own.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be E-Freach again?
Probably.
Is it getting you good experience? That's the important thing.
Not now. Oh, finally.
Okay.
Put your tank on.
I already did.
We have a floor tank.
We do. Heard they sort of dealt with that a little bit.
They're constantly trying to deal with it.
Alright. I don't know where we're going. I'm gonna go for this one.
I think it's that way.
Oh, got a bomb on me. Alright, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you covered.
Everybody look at the funny spinning man.
Heal. Alright, this boss.
Time to commit to die. Where are they? Oh, here they go.
Yeah, we
Slow
can
motion fire.
ignore them, I think.
We did. I went and took a run for the treasure, and I went, wait a second. I don't care about them. We need these changes. Yeah, if he wants to do that, that's fine.
Yep, another babon.
Another bubble. Easy peasy.
Indeed.
It seems our archer friend is a little impatient.
No. I'm not surprised.
Fuck too. I'm being warmed up. Oh, Lordy, have mercy.
Oh no.
I get to interact with the change this time. Oop.
I'll do what I normally do and just stand here. Run back to the side that you came up from. Not now. So whenever they do their lightning shit. Really? Ass.
We got this.
Yep, I hit 30.
And I'm just gonna keep moving on this one.
Yeah.
Like, it was just one guy. We have more things to go on up here, it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, after this, I'll very quickly run through all of the,
White Mage content.
yes.
Wait for everybody.
Yeah, I here to turn off that cutscene thing.
Yeah, it's in the settings. I know I'm burning,
Yeah, try not to.
but like, I did. Wouldn't it be really funny if I did?
Not really.
It would be the funniest.
Nope, he's free.
Yeah. Over here, asshole. Oops, somebody looks great. Cool. Almost got him. Hey! Da, 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 da.
Yeah, the Dragoon.
Yeah. That's what I gave it to, too. No interest.
Don't have that. Got to level 31.
Oh, a little overachiever, are you?
Indeed.
I'm guessing you've never seen Half-Life VR, but the AI is sentient.
No.
It's really worth it. It's very fucking funny. The guy behind the VR camera at one point, due to shenanigans, gets his arm cut off, and the security guard that's following them around is constantly giving him shit for missing an arm. He's just like, "Oh, lost your arm there, did you? A little clumsy boy, aren't you?"
Oh my god.
It's funny as shit. If you've never checked it out, I'd fully recommend it.
Let's see. Oh, a weapon that I got inside of there is better than what I've currently got equipped.
Sick.
By 1 point. It's a
That's
level
still
20
1 point.
weapon. It's a level 20 weapon.
This is a numbers game, sir. Every point matters.
Fair. I actually have to find a look. I don't mind that currently, but I'm gonna have to get like a proper look for them now.
Let's see. Get an actual outfit kitted out.
Yeah. Brother E. Sumiyan wishes to assign you your first task as a conjurer of the Still Glade fame. The part of a conjurer becomes you, Ilya. Without further ado, I shall assign you your first task as a conjurer of the Still Glade fame. Just beyond the city gates, you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and fungalars. I would have you slay 3 of each. Lest you wonder how I so coolly ordered you to take order the taking of life, know that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and I may add, through no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the Twelveswood, a burden it cannot well bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out the will of the forests, and by employing your powers in doing so, you will come to learn something of your art. Go now, Ilya, and perform your first task in the name of the elements.
I'm gonna step away for a second because I just remembered. Oh wait, I have leftover pizza I could go eat.
Hell yeah!
BRB.
Yep. Oh, that's something I should consider for tomorrow, is ordering pizza or something. Nope. Do that. No. Welcome back, Ilya. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with a conjurer's eyes, you have taken your first steps along the path to enlightenment. Healing, protection, and destruction. Though our spells vary in function, they derive their power from the same source, the forces embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate his environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah, yes. Yours is a familiar look. The very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for comprehension shall come in due time. For now, you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray hearken to mine instruction. Deep breath and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the myriad of life around you and draw upon this boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend that energy form. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the forces around you. With the self-same ease you draw upon those within. It is good to see you again, Ilya. By the air of the serenity that surrounds you, it is plain to see you have learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I'm glad it is a wellspring of all our power. Yet the energy of creation is not one thing but many, and to call upon it without first knowing each is conjury at its most basic. As a part of your continuing education, it is my desire that you now learn about the element of earth. Make your way to Blessed Bud in the North Shroud and partake of Healer Nolanel's wisdom. The depths of his affinity for the elements of rock and soil is all but unique amongst conjurers, and he's a gifted instructor besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lesson on the subject of Earth. My phone apparently just went crazy.
Cray cray?
Crazy taxi. Yeah, cray cray.
I realized that I could actually go and work on my own quest stuff for the Paladin because I'm now level 54, so I can do the same thing. I can get the new ability, the ability that I really need, which is Goring Blade and an enhanced fight or flight.
Nice, nice.
As I understand, Goring Blade is like a necessary damage ability as a Paladin.
You seek Healer Nolanel? Then seek no more, for you have found him. What can I do for you, friend? So, Brother Sommiyan, bid you come to me to learn of elements of Earth? That is well. The power of Earth is the solid foundation upon which a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties, but I rather suspect the busy life and adventure would not afford the time required for such extended discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of Earth firsthand, in combat. Now mark me well, Ilya, and do exactly as I command. East of here, in the grounds of Tree Speak Stables, there exists a patch of soil that bears the mark of corruption. Seek it out. When you have found the place, reach out to the focus of the Earth's trauma and attempt to commune with it, as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that festers unseen upon the energies seeping from the wounded Earth shall then appear. Using the power of Conjury, strike it down and permit the land a chance to heal. Much of the nature of Earth will be revealed to you during the struggle, Ilya. I trust you will return to me a wiser woman than she who now departs.
A wiser woman?
Apparently.
Because I'll be honest, sir, I heard whiter woman.
Oh.
You shall become a whiter woman than when you first arrived.
Well, I'm fairly certain my character has fairly pale skin, so...
You'll be straight pearlescent.
I'll be translucent. Welcome back, Ilya. The elements whisper of your accomplishments. How did it feel to confront that embodiment of Earth? To endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of this element shaken the very marrow of your bones? Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprites, you permitted the Earth's energies to flow unimpeded, and to nourish the land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the Earth returning? Already the land begins to heal. Thanks to your actions, that field will once again bear bountiful crops. When next you have reason to call upon your arts, look back upon this task and that which you accomplished. Experience once more the grinding weight of Earth's fury and revel in the memory of the life flowing anew through the land you helped restore. With such thoughts shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you are paying attention, Sylphie. See this adventurer here? Ilya came all the way from Stillglade fame just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn from her example. If you wish to become a conjurer worthy of the name, you must make the efforts to study nature. Do you attend me, young lady? Why should I bother studying nature? I can conjure already. See? You have a rare gift of healing, Sylphie. A wonderful gift. Yet there is more to being a conjurer than... But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Sylphie joined the guild shortly before you came to us, and as you yourself just experienced, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know a few conjurers who are her equal in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child, and when she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers instead to wander it, healing people on a whim. You, in contrast, have been a most attentive student. I have taught you all that I know of the elements of Earth. You may report back to Brother Isome and tell him as much. So what pizza do you have? Or did you have?
I'm still eating it. But it was a Red Baron meat lover. Because they were on sale yesterday.
Hmm.
When I went to the store to go and hit up the ATM so I can get rent, I also went grocery shopping. With my mom, which is why I know about her woes with bug snacks.
But
She
nice,
also bought me
nice.
a chuck roast, and she bought me a pork tenderloin, which I'm fine with. I like these, but she's very insistent that I get these big things of meat. Her and my grandma, actually, now I think about it.
Thanks for the luck, Teddy. Yeah, I mean... That's all well and good, but you kind of need to carve it up then.
I need to, I do an instance.
I'm sure I will get some eventually.
Holy shit, this is funny. It's all a bunch of dudes in white cloaks, and 2 of them are like squared up to punch me in the face.
Oh. Fun times. Ah, Ilya, you have returned, but tell me, how did you fare under Nolanel's expert tutelage? Have you delved deep into the earth and felt its suffocating weight? Its life-sustaining vigor? Such experiences will serve you well. And have you aught else to report? A fledgling conjurer named Sylphie cast healing magic upon you? How kind of her. I must confess to sharing Nolanel's frustrations with the girl. As you yourself have witnessed, Sylphie possesses a natural talent for the conjury of mending and restoration. Alas, her gifts appears to have blinded her to the need for study, and she outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the tiniest pebble or the faintest breeze. I have tried upon numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of their power pose a risk to themselves and others, but to no avail. Should she continue to deny the debt she owes to nature and indulge in even more reckless displays of power, there is even possibility that she will create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I am presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. Ah, a thought occurs to me earlier. It may be that your encounter with Sylphie was ordained by the elements. Should you chance to meet her again, I ask that you strive to impress upon her the importance of opening oneself to nature's voice. Mayhaps she will listen to you. But we have discussed our wayward young friend's education enough. Let us speak instead of one of my more willing pupils, namely you. The progress you have made does you great credit, Ilya. Though you are yet new to the art of conjuring, you are no stranger to the nature's embrace. Considering all that you have learned, I hope that you understand the true significance of these words. Greetings, Ilya. Each time we meet, the parts of a conjurer befits you even better. In your previous lessons, you learned about the elements of earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Full Flower Combe in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Healer Wolfiu?
Snowwolf.
Snowwolf. Snowwolf's a healer? The power of the sun, I guess.
Traditionally, Snoo likes to play healers.
Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wolfiu is a conjurer of consummate skill, who is able to divine the will of air elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. Whoop-a. Whoop, whoop, whoop-a. You must be Ilya. Brother E. Somiyan sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed. Pray forgive my hesitation, it was but recently that I attained the title of healer, and, well, you are my first student. Ah, yes. I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweet Bloom Pier, there is a small spring that gives rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm, which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhaps you would wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study? I sympathize, Ilya. But trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind.
Bees are very known for their powers and manipulation of the air current.
Yeah. Or they're just farting a lot. I'm not sure which.
How do you think they fly?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, you say that. I saw an Instagram reel today. Someone used an AI generator to make a country song about basically being like a country singer and being able to fly or something like that. It was absolutely hilarious. Something about stuffing Mentos up their ass.
The fuck?
Yeah. Even the guy who was doing it was like, what is this? But carried on with it. It got crazy.
I now have Goring Blade.
Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more. Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Valken prefers flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this aberrant behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping helpless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespokes corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjuring to disperse it. I'm sensing a pattern.
Uh-oh.
I'm imagining that we're going to be encountering a load of these corrupted pockets of the elements. And what it's going to end up being is it's going to be tying into that girl, Sylvie, that because she's like overly gifted in the power of healing, but because she's not learning about everything else and balancing it, she's causing the corruptions. That's a guess.
She's disturbing nature, you could say.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't understand what she's actually doing.
Yeah. Oh. I was not expecting you to make an appearance. Well done. The wind no longer keens its frustration. Let us return to full flower. I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated. But it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Ilya, what did you learn as you struggled with the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed what wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of. You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with the wind's capacity for patient destruction. No land is a stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. Yet, the growing frequency with such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the Twelveswood, I suspect some other forces at work here. I bid you remain wary, Ilya. But enough of these ominous ramblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Stillglade Fane and informed Brother E. Somi of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. Welcome back, Ilya. The elements inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of two elements, you are well on your way along the path of conjuring. Though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient. As you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you more closely. They made you study wind? Why bother? You don't need winds to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you. Conjuring is inextricably bound with nature, Sylphie. That dreary lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume your presence here is that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge, I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn conjuring in the same way she did, and become just a greater conjurer, you'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Isami. I wanted to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays. How? What were you thinking, girl? You know not what you do, what you risk. You are meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of the name Conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I was trying to hurt anyone. But that's... Sylphie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Ilya. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you have just heard, Sylphie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside of the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylphie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjuring. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylphie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I'm only glad that those same failings have not hindered you. Whether it be with my help or in spite of it, I believe you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art. As indeed I hope you shall. Yet, however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken.
I think you hit the nail on the head there, Keronzi. I think they are taking power instead of borrowing it, and that's causing disruptions in nature.
Yeah. Like, if her mother was able to purely heal off of just healing magics, then they might be an outlier. They may be an aberration, as it were. Not a true aberration, but their powers are unnatural and don't play by the same laws as the conjurers, even though it emulates a conjurer's magic.
The question is, though, what became of their mom? Like, we know they died, but how did they die?
Was that stated that she's dead?
Yeah. They said late mom.
Oh, that's fair. We don't know yet then.
They also speak about her in the past tense.
True. It could be the same. It could be the same thing, that she died because of those magics, or Sylphie may have, in using the magics, may have caused her death. We'll never know. Well, we may know. We don't know yet. Brother Isami-yan wants you to learn about the elements of water. It is good to see you again, Ilya. By the aura you exude, it's plain you have grown further as a conjurer. The time has come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of our art, water. For the first part of the lesson, you are to take this flask of pristine water and pour it at the foot of the hedge tree found near Hawthorne Hut. The water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. Dispatch this being and then speak with Brother Joacine at the Hawthorne Hut. As you might expect, he's a conjurer with the finer ear for the murmurings of brook and stream. Listen well to his advice if you want to learn to master the elements of water. Wait, is that... I'm assuming cure is then the elements of water.
Mayhaps.
Well, because I mean, I've got arrow, and I've got stone. So that's air, that's wind, and earth. We might learn about fire, but we don't deal with fire. Because that's obviously a thaumaturge's realm.
Not necessarily.
True.
It's not like the power of nature doesn't involve fire, and it's not like fire isn't a naturally occurring thing.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're talking from a class sense and a game sense, thaumaturge deals with the realm of fire. Like I said, it doesn't mean we won't learn of the elements of fire. But if we're playing into like the spells and the abilities, cure seems very apt for it being the water-based element.
It turns out you're gonna learn how to drown a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Affectionately, of course.
Just couldn't.
Keronzi, are you still there? Keronzi? Friend? Hello?
Was annoying.
What happened?
The transceiver for my headset ran out of power. How long was I quiet?
A little bit there.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was kind of like, I thought I heard you cut off.
Oh, okay.
And then I was sitting here being like, was there a hiccup? Did he just stutter or something? Did something happen? And then you were just more silence. And then I was like, did something happen to me? Did my internet just crap out?
No, totally me. That's annoying. I don't know how much of that conversation wasn't put forward then.
I'm not sure either, because I'm not entirely sure what the last thing was said, because I don't remember.
Nah, it's fine. It is what it is. The precious liquid is the lifeblood of the 12's wood. Without it, naught would grow, but should it raise why? Interesting. What I could do is I could just go. I could do the. Could go to the book. Ah, it's fine. Anyway, the precious liquid is the lifeblood of the Twelves Wood. Without it, naught would grow. But should it raise in too great a volume and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crushing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. A conjurer derives its power from nature. We must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt this state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodied in its creation. This fruitful statement of the stalemate of the elements. Brother Jocelyn, are you about? I am here, sir. What has transpired? I heard a young antelope stag's gone berserk. I don't know what got him so panicked, but there's no calming him now. The mad beasts gored the soldiers and sent to shepherd them away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a pile of wounded over the Jocelyn's spire, and not enough hands to staunch the bleeding. We need a healer and fast. Curious. I sense nothing amiss in the whispering of the elements. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Ah, apologies.
A rogue healer.
Yeah. Ah, apologies. I should revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt that we too will suffice. We must divide our forces. Ilya, travel straightway to Jocelyn's spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavour to rally further healers, and follow after you bearing what restoratives unguents I can. You, sir, head to Stillglade Fane and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. What's this? Are you? The country, you say? Praise Nofika. You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like yet another wounded. It sounds like yet more wounded have been carried in. Pray offer them what aid you can. Alright, but where are they? Where am I going? Oh, yeah. Ugh. Yes, I can breathe again. Thank you. These folk are out of danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stags yet rages, and there are reports that yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help put an end to this. Seek them just off the roads that leads to the northeast. And do not worry, my art should suffice to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go. Hello, it is no longer my birthday. Hello, Wisp.
Hello, Wisp. Hello, post-birthday Wisp.
Indeed.
Post-birthday Wisp. How much wiser are you now that you are a year older?
How much cake did you have?
How much wisdom cake did you have?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
Seek the moth. Moth is lotus.
No! Loudness.
Uh-oh, because Sylphia's here.
Oh, no.
The conjurer from the guild? Well, tell Brother Isumi if you want. I don't care. I'm not going to stand by and watch while people bleed to death. come to lend a hand, have you? Quickly, the fight is this way. Wisdom has gone down by 2 points. Oh no.
Oh. Oh dear. In brain. Their brain.
Conjurer, your aid! Oh, of course that didn't work. If you cast Stone 2 and throw rock at my enemies... I appreciate the help, Wisp.
I cast Pebble.
Why do you assume our enemies are the same? I threw it at Mocs / Chain.
The rug!
What are you... Oh no, what are you doing, Sylphie?
Everyone is so mean to me.
Flashbang! Oh no. Miss? I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me that we were not too late. Sylphie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster. I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. My mother never did anything wrong. Ilya, may I ask that you follow her? Please. I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state.
Is she putting her own life force into her magic?
It's seeming like it. Oh, someone else was fighting there and it's now retreating. Okay. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me of? Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Oh, and that knocked me out of the conversation.
No.
Let me try again. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her. Losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think... Please, I need to be alone.
Told you, dead mom.
Yep. And yeah, looking like you're probably right. She either lost her magic, or her magic was draining her life force because it had to come from somewhere, essentially.
Yeah, you gotta have some kind of energy. Where's the juice coming from?
Yeah.
It was coming from inside the house all along. Ah!
Ah! I love the Mocs. I would never throw rock at him /B.
I don't believe that, Wisp,
The
but I
only-
also believe that it would be an affectionate stoning. Considering my most trusted partner mauls me every day. It just is what it is.
The only thing I throw at Mocs is health potion and money.
Yaw. I need the health potion.
As it should be.
Lose a lot of life.
Through government mandated maulings.
Government mandated maulings.
I too afraid of hurting. That's fair. Ilya, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylvie? I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principles are no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylvie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite, and now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills, and Sylvie's aptitude for the arts is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see a child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Ilya. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind, and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet, this is the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself even more closely with the elements, and to nature. requests that you assist with Sylphie's training. Greetings, Ilya. You radiate the confidence of a conjurer who neglects not her study of the elements. I confess, I have no lesson for you to learn this day. Instead, I would ask that you aid me in education of another. Yes, I speak of Sylvie. After no small amount of prompting, bordering on coercion, the child has finally promised to attempt to embrace the forces of nature. But I am afraid the matter is not so easily resolved. Sylphie has never attempted to learn the basic offensive spells that you and most other conjurers mastered before first venturing into the wild. As such, she is ill-equipped to undertake the trials which furnished you and your peers with the understanding of the elements. Put simply, she is no match for the tainted spirits of nature. But if a more capable conjurer were to accompany her and purify the corruption in her stead, it may yet serve to impress upon her the power of the forces at work. I bade you take her on a pilgrimage around the Twelveswood. Give her the opportunity to witness these confrontations firsthand. Earth, wind, and water. Earth, wind, water. She must know them all. Show her the majesty and primal ferocity of nature. As it was with you, let Earth be her first lesson. Sylphie awaits you at Bent Branch Meadows. Pray forgive my presumption, but I thought it best to send her on ahead while her conviction remains strong. Once you have located the patch of corrupted soil at Bent Branch, draw forth the tainted sprite and let her witness the struggles that ensue. May the elements aid you in this endeavor, Ilya. Excuse me. Hey, Sylvie. Oh, I wasn't sure you'd come. You are kind to help me. I've done nothing but mock you. Well, if you're ready, the corrupted soil is just there. I promise I'll be paying attention. Well, hydrate and a posture check. Just give me one moment. I've been healthed. You better health too, Mocs.
I have something better than health. I have, water.
Water! Here we go. I do need to go and get another drink, though. I'll do it after I've done this quest. Ah! I wasn't scared. I was just a little startled, that's all. It was as if a mass of the solid wrath had erupted from the ground. I've never felt anything like... never mind. We have to head to Bannock next. Let's get this over with. Oops. I thought Moss was going to say something like necromancy.
What? No, I don't practice that art anymore.
This seems to be the place. I'll be watching, so do whatever it is you do.
Do whatever it is you do. Like she isn't supposed to be learning this.
Yeah.
Remember, it's a B.
Yum, 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 yum. Gods. The wind blew straight through me. It felt both gentle and sharp at the same time. I can't explain it. This is something you can conjure? Let's be on our way. The last one is a lily stone.
Local dumb teenager surprised when they find out that they could have been actually applying themselves instead of scoffing.
Yeah. After the infinite necrotic beef fiasco, Mox is no longer allowed to do necromancy.
I didn't do the infinite necrotic beef. Snoo did the infinite necrotic beef. I happen to be just standing next to them.
Oh dear. The tainted water is here. Show me how it's done then.
Local wizard surprised they have to use magic.
Keronzi, you are very cool. Am I?
Body temperature unreasonably low.
Far too low. So cool, my hands go purple.
Is that why my hand is purple?
Maybe. The lake is so beautiful. I never noticed how clear the sky is reflected on its surface. I never noticed. Let's head back. I'm ready to speak with the guildmaster now.
Learned a lesson there now, did ya?
Yeah, apparently. Or she's just gonna stop entirely.
Which is gonna be like, sir? Y'all are wrong, stupid. Let me show you how it's done. Dies. What if I suddenly exploded? Hey, Teach, want to see a dead body?
No, stop it, Mox.
What, don't make jokes? I might be right.
Welcome back, my avid conjurers. How fared you in your encounters with the elements? Sylphie, what did you sense as Ilya cleansed the sources of corruption? It's hard to explain. It was like hearing voices cry out in joy. And I felt their happiness wash over me. The world seemed sharper, more alive. It was almost as if nature were speaking to me. But why, Brother Isami? Why did my mother teach me to avoid this side of conjuring? What was she so afraid of? Are you certain? There are certain truths that hide behind the mask of our words. And there is much that your mother didn't tell you. But you needn't seek all the answers at once, Sylvie. Even now, your mind founders amid a sudden intonation of awareness. The first time we connect with nature can be a wonderful but disorienting experience. I suggest you allow yourself some time to adjust to this new perspective. Yes, Guildmaster. You have my gratitude, Ilya. Thanks to you, Sylphie has taken a most important step. You heard her mention voices cry out in joy, did you not? It appears the mother's gift has been passed on to the daughter. Such sensitivity is not something one can achieve through meditation and training, but a blessing that only a few fortunate chosen receive. And, as you have no doubt surmised, Sylphie's mother was one such person. The misunderstanding of that blessing, however, was what led her down such a tragic path. We cannot allow Sylvie's astonishing talents to consume her in the same manner. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. The girl has barely awoken to her potential. And for that purpose to be fully realized, your support is yet needed. I suspect she failed to mention that the promise of your involvement in her lessons was the reason for her change of heart. You underestimate the impression of your quiet determination has made on young Sylvie. If modesty prevents you from acknowledging your own good deed, consider this task part of your training, for conjurers are healers of wounds, be they physical or otherwise. Walk with her on her journey, Ilya, and together explore the myriad mysteries of nature. Alright, so I am needing to step away very quickly.
Okay.
So YouTube will pause you, and we'll see you in but a second. YouTube, we return. Brother E. Somiyan requires your assistance in a matter concerning the young conjurer Sylphie. Oh dear, like mother, like daughter. Welcome, Ilya. The tales of your deeds reach me even here at the cloistered heart of the still glade fane. Glad I am that you have come, for I would ask your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. It concerns, yes, young Sylvie once again. As you can no doubt imagine, the recent revelations concerning her mother have sorely troubled the poor child. It appears Sylphie needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotions which now beset her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Fortunately, Fortunately, a party of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another instance of corruption sent word they had spotted our wayward Sylphie. Considering the importance of their mission, I would not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. Thus I turn to you to escort Sylphie back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen. Pray travel to Pescarian's Dravers and speak with Wolfinu. She was the conjurer who first chanced upon Sylphie, and will be able to tell you more of how the young lady fares. Well, thank you, Wisp. Taking the hobbits to Isengard. Taking the hobbits to Isengard. Hey, Shin, how's it going? Oh, all three of my teachers are here. Wolfane divines the will of Anne. Nolian is deep-rooted in earth, and I claim some small degree of mastery over water. False modesty aside, that we three were chosen to respond to this disturbance suggests that the situation is dire indeed. Ilya, you have grown much since last we spoke of the mysteries of Earth. Though you are no doubt capable of defending yourself, I must nonetheless advise you against venturing out into the wilds until such time as balance has been restored. We meet again, Ilya. I assume Brother Isami warned you of the corruption my companions and I have been tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud. The source of these extensive blights is found to the southeast. The shrill, discordant voices of the elements shriek their dismay in the vicinity of the withering treant. I suggest you give the area a wide breath. Considering the potential dangers, you must imagine how alarmed I was to discover young Sylvie wandering about this part of the Twelveswood. It seems that her mother, a woman who healed with conjury, but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sylvie herself had her head buried in some manner of tome, but if she is as sensitive to the elements' murmurings as I am led to believe, then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Pray speak with the child and see that she is well. I would do so myself if our current duty were not so pressing. We will, in fact, be setting out at any moment. Busy. Bert can come over to your server to pester you. Sounds good. Where the hell am I going?
We're going to be mobbed by a Shin.
Apparently. Ah, there you are. Hey, Sylvie. Ilya? Ah, I should have known that Wilfue would tattle on me. And Brother Isami sent you to take me back, didn't he? This is where my mother used to live, you know. Right up until she passed on. Folks were grateful for the healing she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There is an entry that explains how nature becomes furious when conjurers use their art. How there are always more people wounded in battles when mortals abuse the power that is not theirs to take. My mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I want to do what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using conjury altogether. Ugh.
Wake up.
I've never heard the voices this mad before. Hey, Shin.
Hello.
I bet it's because Wiflue and the others are overusing their arts. We have to go and stop them. No. It's probably because you've been using your arts without their consent.
Consent is a very important thing in nature.
Exactly.
My reactive should be fixed.
Yes, I did notice.
Yeah.
Gods, it's so loud. Can't you hear it? Nature is shrieking in rage.
So much materia extraction.
I haven't done that in any real time. Oh. Four of the conjurers are dying. That's not good.
No.
I'm sure they deserve it.
Oh, those are elements. Oh, hello there. Never has the earth so confounded me. I must apologize. Thank you for your timely assistance. With the origin of the corruption now neutralized, we should be able to cleanse whatever trace remains. You possess quite the affinity of the elements. That was most impressive. I can't believe nature actually helped us. There was nothing scary about it at all. I might still wonder if it really was safe for conjurers to borrow that power if I hadn't seen the way you wielded it. Nothing could seem more natural. I think it is time I went back to the guild. There are a few things I need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. You better actually do it. I don't know why you're just squatting in the mud there, but
They're trying to attune to nature.
Yeah. And getting in touch with the powers of the earth. And then I've got to get in tune with the powers of fire and water.
air and heart.
Yep.
And together, they make a white mage.
Then I can become Captain Eorzea.
We already have Captain Eorzea. Haven't you ever heard of the Mandervilleman?
If only, I mean, it'd be amazing if he was Captain Eorzea. That'd be funny.
I finally get to use this sword and shield I've been carrying around for a month.
Let's go. Welcome back, Ilya. And you also, Sylphie. Brother Isami, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Yes, thanks to Ilya. She showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon its power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was her very love for nature that prevented her from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Sylvie, has the fog of indecision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose the path she did. Full glad am I to hear that. For I must ask of you one more question. Yes, Brother Isami? When you first witnessed Ilya cleanse a corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices? Well, they sounded joyful, like a crowd letting out a sudden cheer. I really heard them, I swear. I am sure you did, Sylphie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. What you described are the voices of the elements. You may very well possess a talent to become a hearer. A hearer? Of course, much relies on your studies of conjuring. You have a natural aptitude, but have thus far lacked commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sylphie. Putting aside such matters for the moment, I am curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the South Shroud earlier. I assume from the reports I have received that it was a different magnitude to that which you have previously encountered. Am I correct? This bodes ill. The creatures known as mud pies are not native to the Twelveswood. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever-increasing frequency of these disturbances. Something beyond the damage wrought by the calamity afflicts the Twelveswood. I shall commune with the elements and seek to identify this threat. Ilya, Sylphie, I may have need of you both before long. Until then, give yourselves over to the study of our art. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and wind guide your path.
I mean, that's the weirdest thing to say. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall. It's like, well, it's not really a footfall if there's no earth to meet it. It's just a fall.
Yeah. It's recoiling from you, so you're just constantly in a perpetual loop of motion as your foot is trying to reach the earth, and it's just constantly moving away. You become a perpetual motion engine.
That's called orbital velocity. Welcome to Orbital Mechanics 101. Seriously, what you just described is how orbiting works.
Yeah.
You are literally falling
With style.
faster.
Yeah, you're falling far. You're falling faster than you can. You're falling at the same speed as that of which you're trying to reach.
You're falling faster than the force of gravity
Yeah.
is pulling you.
Brother Isami would have you investigate the creeping corruption which threatens the Twelvewood. Oh, I finally get Cure 2. I didn't already have Cure 2? Oh, no, yeah, fair. Ah, Ilya, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task to which your maturing skills are well suited. Attend me closely. Expansive...
Attend me, woman. Sorry.
Expansive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of the sizable disturbances, servants you previously cleansed, I can only conclude that this phenomena is the work of a malign agent. Quiet you.
You said phenomena.
It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread, and I would have you assist in the investigate. Guildmaster, you must let me help. Sylphie? Since I got back from South Shroud, I've spent all my time studying the forces of nature. I even sat through one of Healer Nolan's lectures. The Twelveswood is crying out in pain. My skills are a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sylphie, you have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be far too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So I am to stay here then? Not necessarily. Ilya, with your consent, I would have Sylvia accompany you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely for her safety and mine. Given the nature of the investigation, it is like that Sylph's innate talent of hearing will prove as useful to you as your conjuring will to her. This is as much... there is much you might accomplish together. Sylphie, you are not to approach any source of corruption without Ilya at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often, you allow your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go, and may the elements watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Something tells me we should start at Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Ilya. And hurry, the corruption is spreading. No, yeah, I don't have Cure 2. Reminds me. Sure. I have a shield.
Yo, I've got one of those.
Stick and shield.
Stick and shield. Twig and shield.
Yep.
I've also got one of those.
There is the tainted soil, Ilya. Please do what you can. That was brilliant, Ilya. But it was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north? No, the northeast. Let's go and have a look.
Frickin' Megalovania. What a damn violin.
Hmm?
I'm in Limsa listening to a musician.
Oh.
Ah, you have sprung the DMCA trap.
I'm not the one streaming.
Yeah, it's why I'm careful in them, so. More corrupted soil. Over to you. Hello. You're in white mage mode as well.
Yeah. Trying to show
trying to show me
your
up.
charge. Trying to show your charge, who I can't see or interact with in any way.
A real white mage looks like.
Yeah.
You're doing really well, Ilya, but I think there's one more, and, well, it calls to me even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yes, to the east. Right there, Ilya. The corruption is everywhere. Nice work. The earth here feels healed, and yet there is another disturbance, and it's big, really big. It's hard to describe, but it feels sort of wronger, I think. I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know Brother Isami said we aren't to confront it, but we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest, and however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. Well, what I mean to say is, I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here. Somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? I have a feeling...
Closer.
Yeah. I have a bad feeling about this.
Turns out it's your mom! We're back from the dead!
I'm about to go into an instance, so maybe. She looks
I'm kind of excited and scared for when the sprout thing disappears from my name. I'll be lost to this game when that happens. And it'll be Shin's fault.
I don't think you need to be able to hear the voice of the forest to notice that, do you, Ilya? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, that sense of wrongness I suddenly felt less, well, it just felt less. It's almost as if it's holding its breath, or hiding. Do you see that? Just in that one spot, there. The air seems wrong. Uh-oh. Ah! Aquaman. The Void Scent. Oh, she can suddenly use her offensive abilities.
She's been practicing.
I mean, he did say that he's yet to master it.
True.
Probably just means she's going to blow herself up or something.
Yeah.
As all good Spire encounters.
You really say you're a mage if you haven't blown yourself up with your own magic at some point?
Damn straight. Speak of the truth.
That's not good. Has he healed itself? Oh no. Isn't it amazing, Ilya? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry. Healing doesn't drain me anymore. Not since I learned how to borrow from nature. I have you to thank for that, Ilya. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Isumi. And get chewed out, more than likely.
Absolutely, just hellaciously yelled at.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, you go right back out there and you resurrect that void scent. Put everything back how it was.
How dare you?
I wanted that sweet, sweet XP.
Welcome back, Ilya, Sylphie. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders? Well, the forest was suffering. We couldn't just walk away. It's not Ilya's fault. It's mine. It was my idea. I take full responsibility.
Yeah, it was their fault. Fuck it, throw them under the bus.
Yeah. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing I did not foresee. I am of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Grindania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Aquaman has taken roots in the calamity-weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And if I am not mistaken, Sylphie, you succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. How did you... Yes, I did. I'm not really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Ilya, and then suddenly I felt the power surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply walk into Mordor, choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which the heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. But we must not forget your part in this, Ilya. It is clear to me that your journey with Sylphie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teachings. Thus, it is with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magic. A more potent form of cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your continuing endeavors. Wherever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfalls and the wind guide your path.
There it is again.
Indeed. But now I think I'm a white mage.
Now you get to become the mage, the funny mage.
The funny mage.
Congratulations, you were done it.
God damn it, Shin.
Yeah.
Jump scare.
Isam,
You know why they-
Hmm?
Do you know why they call this the flashbang mage?
Because of that?
No, because of this.
Yeah, okay, fair. Isam Yan has a task for a skilled adventurer. Ilya, I'm glad you have come. I have a task of most urgent and confidential nature, and I can think of none other to whom I can entrust it. You are doubtless familiar with the Seed Seers, yes? Kani Senna, Elder Seed Seer, leader of the Order of the 12 Adder and guardian of our fair nation, clearly needs no instruction. But are you also... But know you also of her siblings? The two young Pajals, sister Raya Osena and brother A. Rahun Senna, make for Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import. Verily, such imports that it would be no overstatement to say that their fate of Grindania hangs in the balance. As you well know, we dwell in the forest by the good graces of the elements, elemental guardians of the 12 Wood, and most of all the great one who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and the ill treatment of the trees that shelter us have aroused the great one's ire, and this is only by the quieting, the ritual of which I spoke, that he may be placated. Thus did the two Seed Seers set out for Evershade, and nary a guard to accompany them. Therein lies the rub, and the nature of the favour I ask of you. By no means would I question the powers of the Seed Seers, but within the Great One's angers mounting, the 12 Woods became a threatening domain for even the most puissant of conjurers. Pray hasten to Evershade, and see that no harms befalls the two.
You know where Evershade is?
Well, yes. I see it on the map. It looks like it's the area that we fought Odin in.
No.
No. I say it looks like. You mean it was? I see you dancing by the tree.
I'm performing the ritual. I'm helping.
I'm helping.
It's fine, I'm going into an instance, so I won't see it.
What do you think?
Curses. How can we hope to make it to the Guardian Tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth like rampant weeds? If I'd known what we were in for, I'd have brought along a wood whaler or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Oh, do not be such a coward, sister. We are Seed Seers. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. Bold words, brother. But were they true words? We would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safely at our destination bells ago. A conjurer, are you? Brother E. Sumi, ever the warrior? For once, however, his solicitude is most welcomed. Might you help us dispose of these fell creatures? Have you no pride, sister? A Seed Seer does not beg the aid of some common adventurer. Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform, a duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now enough talk. Let's see to these pests. This is a problem.
What's that?
The Bane Mite just wasn't taking any damage. Look, I've been silenced. That's not good. Would you fuck off?
Ook.
There we go. That crystal. Do my eyes deceive me, or does this adventurer inherit the legacy of Artoakant? It was none other than Artoa himself who last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventurer's arrival was mere coincidence. Bearer of the Soul Crystal, inheritor of arcane knowledge long since forbidden by those not of our kind. I know not why it was you he chose, but I believe our great forefather has led you to us today. Ancient tradition dictates that the quieting be performed by 3 Pajals. Ah, but I misspeak. The ritual is to be performed by 3 white mages. If Master Atoa truly has chosen this adventurer as a successor... You speak madness, sister. Surely you have not forgotten that Pajal tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings with those not of our kind. The power of white mage is far too great to risk it falling into the wrong hands. And so you would uphold tradition merely for tradition's sake? Even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon our forest home? Have you so little faith in your own abilities, sister? We are seed seers, more than capable of slaying any beasts in our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. This petty bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventurer, I am sorry to trouble you with our silly sibling squabbles. If you have the time, I would speak with you further, but not here. Come to Camp Tranquil, and come quickly. Time is of the essence. So, are they a different race? Are they a race that's not a playable race? Or do they just mean...
I'm trying to remember what the law is. I think technically they're human.
Right.
But part of the covenant they have with the elementals means that on occasion some children are born with horns.
Right.
They're called the Pajal, and they tend to age a lot slower and have greater connection to the 12's word and greater magical power. Blah,
Right.
blah, 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 blah. Yeah. The leader of New Gridania is, I believe, in her 50s.
Fair enough. Oh, wow, okay. We're not even staying here, we're just going down south. No, that was close. But they're here.
The Moogle menace must be purged.
Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my brother's rudeness. He cannot help that he was born with a head of solid stone. Anyway, I do not believe that we have been properly introduced. I am Raya Osena, a Prajal, as you can see, and sister of the elder Seedseer. I'm fairly certain we have been introduced to one another. You are Ilya, yes? Brother Isumi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. You are as you have no doubt heard, my brother Arun and I are en route to the Guardian Tree. There, the Great One, by whose grace we dwell here, resides. The gentlest of guardians when at peace, and destructive force that knows no bounds when angered. As the Great One goes, so goes our fates. The creatures you helped us dispatch, doubtless they too were roused to hostility by the Great One in his anger. You need only look around you to see that the forest grows more and more threatening with each passing hour. So it is that we travelled here to quell the Great One's fury, to perform the quieting. In days of old, the ritual was, without fail, performed by 3 white mages. With our elder sister occupied with her many duties, my brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Arun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with a white mage's soul crystal. 'Tis no small honour. That gem marks you as an inheritor of magic of our ancestors. My brother's pride may blind him, but the signs are clear as day to me. You are not Pajali, but Atoa Kant meant for you to be here today, to perform the ritual with us. Atoa Kant is known to all as one of the greatest mages in our history, but even more so, he was known for being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land and its people wheresoever he went. A most admirable cause, yes, but alas, Aetoa was never to return. He perished in a far-off land. Having taken no apprentice, his legendary powers were lost to us for eternity. Or so I believed, until I met you. And yet, for all his stubbornness, there is some truth to my brother's words. Ancient law forbids us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside of our own kind. There are reasons for this, which I would share with you when the time is right. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that Aetoa's will that we bring you into the fold. And so I welcome you, Ilya of the White. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now. Time is short. And yet, while you may have been chosen by Aetoa, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we shall proceed with your training. The fact that there was 2 explosions on the 2 Moogles was funny.
I was slightly wrong. Kanye West Senna is 28.
Oh, she's 28, okay.
Yeah.
In current story time, I'm assuming. Probably ages.
Yep.
Probably will age. There's passage of time happens during the story, I'm assuming.
They don't. The Padjal race don't actually appear any older than where they seem to stop aging in their early teens.
Yes, that is true. I just meant that the game year progresses, I'm assuming, through, so she won't remain 28 forever.
I can't actually speak to that. There is argument on actual time passage throughout the story progression.
Oh, for God's sake. Fair enough.
Some people believe it all takes place in like a couple of months.
All of this in a couple of months, bullshit.
No, I am fairly certain that even during the quests in like leading up to the expansion, the first expansion, they mentioned that months have passed since events took place.
I mean, I grew up with Marvel's rolling timeline. You know, where Peter Parker stayed a teenager for like 30 years.
Well, I mean,
And
look, I mean, we've gone with Ash Ketchum, who has been a 12-year-old for the last 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but then, to be honest, Ash died when he got hit by lightning, and the entire thing was a fever dream.
Except for the part about Oak banging his mum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but no, I don't really get engaged or involved with that. I'm just saying.
No, that's fair. No, that's fair.
People were expecting a time skip and aged up models for characters for the latest expansion. But nope. Yeah,
my God.
people get weird about timelines.
Just got news about the deposit that we need to put in, and it's just like, oh my God, it's stupid high.
Oh, that's annoying. Hey, Halapande. Hopefully it's not... Well, I mean, obviously it's stupid high, but hopefully everything will be okay.
And don't forget to equip your soul crystal, Runzi.
True.
And update your gear set.
I have. He is now at Wait Mage.
Welcome to the club. Now help me kill the Moogles.
How you doing, Halapande? All right. So do we want to do what we were planning on doing? Initial marks?
I'm sorry. New news just taking my attention, and I'm trying to process what I'm being informed about.
Hopefully everything's
Well,
okay.
Whilst
Well, it seems that we might need to somehow come up with $3,000 in 6 days.
Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous.
that's renting these days. It's not much better in the UK. Deposits used to be like a month's rent in advance, and now they're asking for like 3 or 6 months.
That's stupid.
Yep. If you had that kind of money to lay out, then you'd be purchasing, not renting.
Yeah.
So what were you planning to do, Runzi?
We were going to go and essentially go into the Tower of the Dead again.
Okay. Mox wants his glowy weapons.
No, I'm just enjoying getting the XP from doing it. It gives a good chunk for not that much of a time, like 10 minutes, and you get 100k XP.
I've been told that levels 51 to 60 are generally the best things to spam for that.
Yeah, I'm only level 54. Sorry, still trying to regain my thoughts after all that.
No, that's fair. I'm just clearing my inventory.
I'm getting point blank on these flying vermin.
Why can't I desynthesize this one?
Some things you can't.
No, it is. Oh, it's because it's alchemy. That'd explain it. Wait,
Alright.
those shields.
Anywho, I'm heading back to Quarry Mill.
All right. Would you get to join us, Shin?
I can join you for one run through.
Oh, I see. You're in a tank.
Become a white mage, Mox.
Huh?
One of us.
Don't really have an interest in being a healer right now. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna do something to make Mox upset.
That. Ah, I see.
He has become Kirito. Alright, so I enter Palace of the Dead, right?
Not quite yet. For me, I need to clear a safe space. Safe spot.
Okay. Yep. Shin may need to as well.
Let me check. I think I did that last time. Oh no. No, I have a free slot.
I've got a free one now too. Golden.
Enter with fixed party, right?
Yeah.
Which floor do we want to start on? We can start at 1 or we can go to 51.
Probably be a good idea to start at the bottom.
No, okie dokie.
Because we're gonna start with like whatever our ether armor and ether weapon was at last, and then we're going to start at level 1. Which for you guys probably isn't too bad, but for me, who spent most of my stuff, I only have a weapon of a 4 and an armor of a 13.
Yeah, I'm 2842.
So yeah, it's gonna be a much easier time for you two.
Hey, I can cleanse. I can't heal, but I can cleanse. Now I can cure. I can heal now.
Yay! The hell do you have available to you as, you know, one of these high-end classes?
I have one ability. This one.
Explosion.
Yeah.
We're not safe on from bombs on any floor. Can't even tank stance because I don't have a tank stance yet.
Hey, I can wind.
I now get to press 2 buttons.
I still only have one. I mean, I've got some job abilities and stuff, but...
Hmm.
Oh, there's a chest.
I'm gonna go and shoot things.
We're certainly leveling up things.
I'm a tank.
What do you mean?
Sure you are.
Jin and I looking at each other like, the fuck are you talking about?
What do we get for opening that silver chest?
Nah, nothing, because our it was for armor, but all of our armor was too high. Well, I can do that now. Float.
I can cause explosions.
You can do that at any level.
Explosion! Oh shit, one of those animes that you said that I should check out was one that I was already planning on checking out.
Oh, okay, which one?
Spells at level 1? Your first level spells or something like that?
Failure frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I'm sure. Also, have you seen what's coming in the next season?
No.
We're getting
Get to it.
season 2 of Shangri-La.
Ooh, nice.
It's a goblin. They're coming for our frog.
Kill it. Before it gets
Right,
the
kill the
frog.
frog. Kill the frog.
Yeah, one that's not so much interest of you. I believe Beast Tamer is getting its second season is next.
Oh, is
Next
that
set.
the one where he's magically overpowered and
He's like,
useless?
well, that's most of them, but yes, he's the one who comes from a village of beast tamers that were all wiped out, and he's the only survivor.
Yep. I did watch that one.
The bat.
It's a bit.
Wait, we discovered a chest. Music change. I was running around this on my own, kind of while Ronzi was doing his thing, and one of the songs that came up was a different like dungeon rendition of Answers.
Really?
Really? It was really cool, actually.
Interesting.
You made the bat mad. Antelope.
Really, Batman?
I got my second ability.
I can now make a tank stance.
I can area heal.
I've also confirmed on my own that the bees in this place can in fact one-shot you.
The bees.
So running around this solo, encountering a room full of bees is like, okay, how am I gonna handle this?
Poorly.
I've gotten into the act of hit them, stun them, hit them, and hopefully they die before they get a chance to fight back.
Yeah, Paladin does actually get 2 stuns.
I only have the one that I know of.
You get the job action, which is a stun that all tanks get. But you also get shield bash.
Oh yeah, shield dash is also a stun, isn't it? I don't use shield dash.
No, I don't.
It's not on my hotbar at all.
Sounds like it should be.
Yeah, it's on a different timer to the other stun.
Using every tool at your disposal is probably a good thing.
Nah.
Why would you do that?
Don't you know tools are meant to be put on the shelf?
Is that why I'm constantly sitting on the shelf?
Yes.
No.
Elf on the shelf. That would only work if you were actually playing one of the elves. Instead, you're playing a dragon.
You need to go on the wagon.
The dragon wagon.
Dragon on the wagon.
We're really dragging this joke.
Hello, adventurer. I see you have awakened.
You know what? That could be a neat, like, premises for a show. Or a manga or something like that. Where instead of being the isekai protagonist, your job is strictly to be the person and, like, maybe with the group that curates the isekai protagonist adventure. Like, we gotta get that NPC right over. He's gotta give him the quest! You know? The boss is too strong, he's dying! We need the Deus Ex Machina right now! Stat!
Have you encountered the no longer welcome in this world?
I am aware of it. I don't know what it's about, but I have seen it in the recommendations on the Crunchyroll.
So it features a version of a famous Japanese writer.
Okay.
From the, I think he was sort of just pre-war, World War II, or just after. But he basically wrote a lot about wanting to die and attempted to commit suicide several times and eventually succeeded. So basically a version of a person just like that is trying to commit suicide by jumping into a river with his love, which is historically the way this guy died, and all of a sudden they get hit by a truck. He then ends up isekai'd into another world, where they confirm that the truck is in fact a interdimensional travel device. That is there to collect the people they've chosen to be transported and transport them.
That's pretty funny.
I love finding all of the landmines. I'm so good at it. So because I've been on a kick with the Sword Art games, I tried sitting down and watching the Sword Art anime. I got through half of the first episode just when everything was starting to go down and went, I don't care. Oh my god. Every part of my body is screaming to stop watching this.
Hey, if you can't watch it, you can't watch it, you know?
The thing is, I kind of liked the first season of it when it first came out. I kind of enjoyed what it was. I look at it with a now more critical light, and that's all kind of left me, unfortunately. Because it's a lot of dumb, stupid shit. Dumb, stupid things.
I mean, it's, what, at least 10 years old now?
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right. That checks out.
You could argue that it's like a product of its time in its storytelling.
Yeah, maybe, but, like, the same premise has been done better. Before it even.
True.
Still gonna be unreasonably upset that dot hack is far superior and it's been forgotten. I'm gonna bitch about this now. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I'm gonna get this out of the way. God damn it.
I mean, didn't Log Horizon come out before that?
I think so.
Yep.
I've been thinking about, because I think one of the things that definitely played into some of my enjoyment of Sword Art was I, up until that point, never really played an MMO. I had started WoW a few times, but never gotten anywhere. And I had started this, but also never really got anywhere. And now that I've actually sat down and played this extensively and really find myself enjoying it, a lot of the stupid shit they do in Sword Art actually bothers me. And the thing that I keep thinking about is the fucking last hit system. It's so stupid. If you don't know, during raids with big boss monsters, right? Whoever gets the final hit on the boss not only gets a monster share of the fucking XP, but also gets exclusive loot from the boss that no one else can get.
Yep. That is actually, or was, a particularly common design of Japanese RPGs.
That's so fucking stupid, though.
I take it you've not played Final Fantasy VIII.
I've played Final Fantasy VIII, and I thought that shit was stupid there, too. Because it's like, so you're telling me that the most optimal way for me to level up a character within that game was to wait until their turn arrives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then hope that they'll be able to finish them off down to that final piece. Not, ignoring everything else that could be going on. Then again, Final Fantasy VIII also comes across as a game that desperately wants you to not play the combat. You are better off not leveling up. I should say, not leveling up through combat, but by leveling up through your fucking junctions and your goddamn draws with your GFs. And if you really want to get stronger, just play the fucking card game.
Now a good time to say that Final Fantasy VIII is my favourite.
That's fine. I am not gonna sit here and tell you you can't enjoy Final Fantasy VIII. And for the people who enjoy Final Fantasy VIII, there's a lot to enjoy, including that card game. Which might have the best version of said card game.
Which is why it's in this game.
Uh-huh. Got
did we try and-
frogged.
I did. Did we try and open that coffer?
Yeah, it's
We
a
did.
site. We've already used a site, so we can't use it again. And I guess to speak things for FF8, I love Laguna. I don't like Squall.
Opposite way for me.
You hate Laguna and love Squall?
Laguna drives me up the wall.
He's just a good boy who wants to do the right thing, despite what everything in the world wants. And Squall seems like he'd be much happier if everyone was dead.
I guess it's because I probably relate more to Squall.
We did it. Anywho, I'm supposed to be bitching about Sword Art, not that.
I'm just saying a lot of the weird ass tropes that I keep seeing in these isekai into a game world um, just seem to be fairly standard things from the vast majority of
older
JRPGs. Yeah.
Japanese game design.
Yeah.
Mox, did you exit?
Yes. Isn't it the time to be stopping? Plus, Jin was only good for like one run, I thought.
That is fair, I'll give you that.
It's also like the time we usually stop here.
Oh, no, not that. You.
I also think splitting XP amongst people from fighting the same monster is a very dumb choice. Again, I understand that's from an older thing, but we've moved past it for a reason.
True.
It's a lot of things that encourages you to play by yourself versus things to play together in an MMO style, you know, with your friends or, you know, in strangers.
Yep. So much of it reminds me of how Final Fantasy XI was. I'm told it's not like that anymore, but yeah.
The 11's probably left a foul taste in your mouth anyway at this point.
I mean, look, I enjoyed it.
Mm.
I didn't know better with the game systems and settings and all of that with how MMOs are now, but it was again a product of its time.
Yeah.
No, what it was the community, it was the toxicity of
Lost City?
yeah, every fucking city in that game.
Yeah.
It's a good reason to get out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you sit there for, I think it was 10, 12 hours, actively asking people to join their group, having all of the search functions and everything up that you needed to get invited to a group, and not getting invited because you don't have a particular equip that can only be purchased on the auction house and is up there for literally tens of millions, and people are going, nah, if you haven't got that piece of equipment, then you can't do the role that you're wanting to do, so nah, fuck off.
Yeah, that's lame.
We'd rather sit around and do nothing as well and wait until somebody who has that logs on,
That sounds boring as shit.
because we're not getting optimum XP.
Optimize these nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's just how the game was, wasn't it?
That
Well, that's how the
was
player
how the
base was.
community was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically just horrible people.
I know. Now we're here. In a game that is a lot friendlier. I'm not saying it doesn't have its toxic moments, but I am gonna say that majority of this is a good time.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, Eureka got spoiled to me by a Lullafell.
And this is why we should kill Lalafels. So, is it a case of the story?
Oh no,
Behind-
no. It is what's the mechanics of what Eureka is, and also something you can get from it. I don't
Right.
know what's going on in Eureka, I just know of its locations and some of its mechanics.
Yep.
And also that apparently going in as a warrior is a very good idea.
Yeah, at the moment, with the way Warrior is working at the moment, then yes. Wasn't always the case.
I'm sure. But this is just what I have been informed about.
Yeah.
Also, you can just get stolen from the from the fucking boss. He can just kick you out. He can just
Oh, you're talking about the
thing.
big
The
stuff at the end.
Yes. And if you
Yeah.
get hit, then you genuinely get forced out.
Yep. I tell you what, you want to know horror? That group content can only be spawned under certain conditions.
Oh god.
That
So
sounds
yeah,
annoying.
you would have to go through and fulfill several different things in order to get it to just spawn.
I have been informed that there are groups out there who intentionally go there to help people get through it because they like to do it.
Yep.
And I thought, oh, that sounds wonderful and great. The guy who was in charge of that particular group on this adventure, as I have been informed, he died during the fucking thing.
Do you watch Pint's video?
Yep,
Right.
that's the Lalafell who did it.
Yep.
The Lalafell who did it.
That's
Pint's done
one
a
of the
lot of things.
So they have.
Yeah.
They were also complaining and simultaneously giving their adoration about the Black Mage.
Yes.
I did not know what a ley line was until now.
Oh, of course, yeah, because you've done Black Mage on your boosted character, haven't you?
Well, yes, but I'm also working on Black Mage here, where I'm
Yeah.
starting this. I had never even seen the skill. I didn't know it existed, and now I understand it. And I can understand why it'd be kind of a bitch. Because you can't move.
I mean, you can, you're not physically locked.
No, you're right, but you shouldn't.
they they have added some skills to make it a little easier. You've got one where you can sort of dash back to it if you're within a certain distance and they're still active. And I think it's in the 90 to 100 skill set. You get one where you can basically put the ley lines back down.
Considering the highest level character I have is level 70. Legitimately, I should say.
Mm.
That seems like that's going to be something I won't see until the next year.
It is Black Mage is an interesting job.
It is. I genuinely have an interest in doing it, and I do enjoy it, especially since I'm kind of biased in that its default class thing is Thaumaturgist. I'm a sucker for that class.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, Black Mage's playstyle it's interesting to me because and the Thaumaturge is just the swinging pendulum style, because it's how Cleric was in Neverwinter when I played it last, like
Who knows what that
5 years
is now?
ago. Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Neverwinter is a
they've got
godless place.
they've got a new they've got a new developer now.
Do they?
Yeah, it was sold like recently. I think it's no longer owned by Cryptic anymore.
I will have to check in with my other Cryptic games then.
I think it's just Neverwinter they sold,
Right.
but
Possibly because
I'm not
the
100% sure
well,
because Cryptic seem to have been having some issues.
they've been having issues since they split in two. When City of Heroes, because Cryptic were the team behind that.
Yeah.
They wanted to sell that and move on, and half the team stayed behind with City of Heroes, and then NCSoft screwed everybody by just shutting it down, even though it was still extremely popular and making money.
Mm.
Not that I'm salty about that still.
No, of course not.
No, never.
But yeah, they had some real problems. They hooked up with Atari in name only. Picked up a couple of big IPs. And then got sold off to a basically a Asian gacha game publisher. So yeah, they've not been in good shape for a while.
Mm.
But I do have lifetime subscriptions to Champions and Star Trek. So I get a
How
lot
many MMOs do you play?
of regularly.
How long's a piece of string?
Um well I'll put it this way. Yeah, probably most of them I've tried.
God.
The ones I've actually put a reasonable amount of time into were Final Fantasy XI, City of Heroes. I'm gonna say WoW, but I didn't really progress that far into it.
The correct answer is yes.
Yeah. Rift.
Oh, you played Rift, huh?
Yeah. Champions. Star Trek. I did play Neverwinter when it first came out. Oh, what else?
The Old
14,
Republic.
obviously. The Old Republic, yep.
Did you play the new experience?
I tried, but it
It was weird.
it was whiplash for me.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow, what the, huh?
Did you play Guild Wars?
No, that's not one I've done. Or Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, I done Guild Wars 1.
Played Guild Wars 2. Very briefly.
Mm. I played Fantasy Star Online 2. That's technically an MMO.
Haha. Ultima Online.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it this way, Mox. I didn't know how to put an email attachment on an email as late as 2002.
Okay.
And I was in my mid-20s. Mid to late 20s.
Halapanda, you're talking about Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter was... It's different.
Is. It's not dead. Is.
Never said it was dead.
You said was. Oh wow! Everything went from bright and shiny day to suddenly just darkness and fog.
Oh dear. Right. YouTube, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you made it to the end of this video, you are fantastic for doing so. If you're going to leave a comment though, well, I am down below in those comments, so I'll respond to you in kind. If you're going to talk about plot points I have not encountered, please do just consider, or please do put in front of your message that it is a spoiler, so I can use my own discretion to read through your comments. There's the Lore Objects merch store. There is my throne list if you want to help me out in those ways. There is the link to the Quell and Shardfall system and game if you want to blend gaming and fitness together. My link will get you $40 off of your purchase or equivalent to your currency. And full disclosure, I will get a small kickback if you do. There's a link to Mr. Mocs' channel as well, so you can see if you want to see some quality variety content. Give his link a
Calm
quick
down
click.
if you want to hear me bitch about Sword Art Online.
There's that as well. We'll likely be back tomorrow, and it will, well, YouTube will be later today for you, I should say. We'll be back, and we'll be doing a Risk of Rain, I believe.
Risk of Rain with a new DLC.
Indeed. So, until next time, YouTube, may you stay safe in this broken masquerade.